Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon now as it is. My name is Carl Bennett. I'm one of the directors at Care First. Hope everybody is well during this time. Care First is an organisation that is set up to support people not just during this particular period, but obviously whenever anybody needs some help or support, advice, and hopefully we'll be able to do that for you should you need to contact us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close my camera and then hopefully everybody will be able to see the screen that we've got here and we can talk through the presentation for you. So Care First is an organisation that works with a wide range of other organisations. We work with fire and rescue, we work with government agencies, we work with retail and many other organisations that support people during the times that they might need us. Those kind of things can vary, and this presentation will talk through some of the things that we can support you with. We've been market leaders since 1994, and we've been selected by your organisation to provide 24-hour counselling, information, advice, and any other issues that might support you and your colleagues. This presentation is going to explain how our service can help you with a wide range of organisations. With a wide range of issues that you might be experiencing either at home or at work. These kind of things could be anything from relationships to changes at work, isolation, loss, issues related to COVID-19, or any other stresses or anxieties that you might be experiencing. These are unprecedented times, and we at Care First know from experience just how important it is that you find some areas of your control, areas of control in your day-to-day lives. Taking a few minutes with one of our counsellors can help you find those aspects of control in your life that you do have control of. It's important always during these times and any others to stay positive and focus on the things that we can achieve in our lives. We all deal with things in very different ways, as we know, and Care First is here to help you with any concerns that you might have or you might be experiencing, no matter how complex or not your issue may be. People will often think that people only contact Care First if the issue that they're experiencing is of the nature that people associate with high levels of stress and anxiety. And that's just not the case. We can support you with absolutely anything. Problems have a habit of becoming more complicated the longer you leave them. So if people contact us sooner rather than later, that's always the best thing to do. You may be already getting some help, advice or guidance from your human resources or another part of the organisation. Because Care First provides a whole range of counselling and information, we can work together with you to resolve any difficulties that you might have. And we can do that away from your organisation and from the situation where it's happening. We all talk to our friends and our families and our colleagues about the things that are causing us worry or upset or anxiety. And the thing is that those people will always try to support us in the way that they think that we want to be supported. I'll often find myself doing the same. If my family asks me for advice or guidance, I'll often think, what is it that they would want me to say? And we often get led into talking about the way that we think that they want a question to be answered, rather than the most partial way to support things. So being able to work with Care First in a way that that you might do means that we can support you away from those situations, mean that you can get impartial advice. So if you do need support from us, how would you contact Care First? Well, the first point of contact is via the free phone number or through the Care First lifestyle site, where you can find various different articles on the website. You can find webinars and you can also access online counselling from the online website as well. You can also from here get access to a wellbeing assessment and a budgeting calculator to help you with any financial or debt issues you might be experiencing. Care First also has a wide range of apps to support people with low mood, stress, anxiety, physical and emotional well-being issues as well. And these can include support with exercise, diets, and planning. These apps can include things like you can see here, which is Wobot. Wobot is an AI platform where people can discuss issues that they might be experiencing via a text facility. It's confidential 24 hours of every day. And if Wobot identifies that you need more help from a human, or if there are any issues of risk that are identified, then Wobot will give you the option to contact directly with one of our BACP accredited counsellors straight from the phone. While it might seem odd speaking to an AI platform, reality of it is that using something like Wobot is fun, it's informative, and it's also very, very helpful. And it does give you the opportunity for those people that don't want to pick up the phone and speak to a counsellor directly. It gives you an opportunity to use something that is very, very easy to get access to and start working through some of the things that might be causing you some issues or some worries or some anxieties. And as I say, being able to speak to one of our counsellors if there is a risk identified or if there's anything else we can help you with is always something that you can do through the app as well. We also have a physical and emotional wellbeing platform. This platform is called Care First Zest. And in this platform, there are various things that you can do to support with the physical and emotional things that you might be experiencing, particularly at the moment through the pandemic. Excuse me, we're all finding that we're finding new ways to exercise, to diet, to keep control of our physical well-being as well as our emotional well-being. And using the Zest platform means that people can do that. You go onto it to start with, and you will use you'll go through an assessment, a well-being assessment, and that will give you a well-being score. That well-being score will also highlight areas of your life which would be useful for you to focus on. It might be things like drinking more water, getting some more exercise, maybe not drinking as much, or trying to sleep a little better. And the app will help you in ways that you can do that as well. When you're doing that, if you find that you need a little bit more help to be able to do it, that's another reason to pick up the phone and speak to one of the counsellors at Care First. Other ways that we might be able to support you at Care First doesn't have to just be through the emotional support that we provide. Care First also gives you access to a wide range of practical services as well, because we all know it's not always the emotional things that cause people the most anxiety. Sometimes it's the practical things in our day-to-day lives as well. And you can contact one of our information specialists on the same number as for the counselling service, but when you go through to an automated voice at the beginning of your call, it'll ask you if you want to to get some practical advice, or just stay on the phone if you'd like to speak with a counsellor. If you want to speak to a counsellor, you don't need to do anything. Stay there and you'll be put through to somebody 4 hours a day. But the information service, if you press 1, is open Monday to Friday, 8 AM till 8 PM, and they can provide lots of different information on lots of practical things that might be causing you some worry or anxiety as well. Again, these don't have to be the serious things that we might associate something like an EAP to be able to support you with. Sometimes it's the smallest things that cause us lots of different worries or upsets. Some examples of the things that people might call us about here. We're getting calls on a regular basis. My manager says that they only want to pay me 80%, but they're asking me if it's okay to work. Is that okay to do? But if you're having concerns like that, pick up the phone and speak to one of our information specialists, and we'll be able. There's also a lot of webinars and articles that you can refer back to, things like this, and other webinars and articles that we've written, and you can access those on our website as well, Care First Lifestyle. So who are the people that are supporting you at Care First? Well, we've got our counsellors that support people 24 hours of every single day. Every one of those counsellors are accredited members of the BACP, that's the British Association for Counselling and Psychotherapy. All of them are qualified counsellors as well, not just in counselling, but some of them have got other experiences as NHS clinical psychologists. They work with practices, they've got their own practices as well to be able to support people, and they've worked in other areas as well, such as Relate or Cruise. And one thing that we do ask of all our counsellors is that they are able to support people should they need it, because they will have often worked in environments which match that of the people that are calling us. So you'll know that the counsellors that you're speaking with have got experience in things other than just counselling, to ensure that they've worked in other areas as well. As far as Care First is concerned, you'll be glad to know that we are registered members of EPA, which is the awarding and governing body, or the governing body for EAP services. I myself am a board member of EPA, so involved in the decisions that are being made that our organisation works towards. And we're also part of many other organisation support mechanisms as well. So we're on steering groups and working live groups for various different organisations. So what about the confidential nature of your service? I know it says at the top here, innovation and additional services, but in reality, this slide looks at confidentiality. Well, confidentiality of our service is absolutely imperative. When you call Care First, everything you say will remain completely confidential. That is with the exception of 3 exceptional circumstances, those being if there is a threat made to the life or well-being of another person, if there's a child protection or vulnerable adult issue identified, or if there's a risk to the security of an organisation. Those are the only reasons that we would ever break confidentiality. If we felt that we needed to, that decision is made by a senior clinician within Care First. So the counsellor would seek advice from the clinical director around breaking confidentiality, and they would talk with the caller about the reasons that they were going to do that as well. So if you are calling us and you're worried about the things that you're saying, then you would know if the counsellor felt that you were about things that they may need to break confidentiality around. Care First provides lots of other services as well. So we provide management support and mental health first aider support services as well. We don't substitute for the work that your manager or HR is doing. So if you are getting support or advice from managers, as I've said earlier, then you should continue to do that. But we can support managers if they are looking for some help in things that they might be doing as well. So if you're a manager or a team leader, or you're a manager of people within an organisation, and you're having to have difficult conversations talking about changes at work, then you can contact Care First, and we can support that management support platform. Also, as I said a moment ago, if you're a mental health first aider, excuse me, and you're experiencing issues where you feel that you would like some support yourself around the emotional impact of having to talk to people about something that they might be experiencing themselves, then Care First is somebody that you can pick up the phone, speak with one of our counsellors, and have a conversation with them about the way that conversation you've had with somebody within your organisation might be impacting you. So support to mental health first aiders, something that Care First is able to do for you. We can also provide online CBT, so CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy. Sometimes people want to have support online rather than going to see, or at the moment have video counselling support around CBT. If you wanted to do that, then we can always do that by referring you on to computerized CBT support. This is a therapist-led service. It means that you would be supported by a therapist while you're going through the 7 online modules that sit within the CBT program. We also obviously provide face-to-face counselling. So when we are out of the pandemic and we are able to ask you to and see a counsellor, then Care First have face-to-face counsellors. We can provide you access to. They would be within 5 miles, 10 miles, or within a 20-minute public transport journey to be able to go and see them. So we can provide you with face-to-face counselling. While that isn't available, we can do that on video chat as well. So many of our counsellors that we work with, our associate counsellor network, are actually providing video counselling support needed. And when that isn't, when you want to receive support on the telephone, then you can use the service as many times as you want. It's open 24 hours of every single day, and you can speak to our counsellors or information specialists whenever you want to. So in order to be able to access the counselling or information service, you will have a free phone number, and that free phone number is available from your organisation. You can also contact us here at Care First if you want some more information by emailing us at info@care-first.co.uk, info@care-first.co.uk, and we will be able to provide you with the telephone or lifestyle username and password if you would like access to that. The Wobot chat, so the AI chat that we were talking about earlier as well, that's available for you, and you can anybody can access that for 3 months for free if you're working with Care First, as you would be at the moment. That is available by going on to the platform that you would download apps from ordinarily. That would be Google Play. If it's Android, it would be the Apple Store or iTunes Store. I can't remember exactly what one it is. If you're with an iOS product or an Apple product, then you can download it from there. Just go on to there, look for Wobot, and you can download it directly. It will then ask you for a code. That code is CFGen. So if you put the code CFGen in, that will give you access to Wobot if you need it. So that's the way that Care First can support you. Please use us. Feel free to contact us whenever you would like to. We're available to support you. Nothing about our service has changed at all, with the exception of providing video counselling rather than face-to-face counselling. We still provide the numbers of sessions that are there to support people if they need it, and we can do that on the telephone, or we can do it on a video basis whenever you'd like that as well. If you'd like to ask any questions, now's the time to do that. If you've got any, please feel free to do it. If you type the questions into the panel on your screen, then I'll be able to see those now and answer them for you should you have any. So I'll give that a couple of moments to be able to do that. So the password for Wobot, again, somebody's just asked for, if you go onto Wobot and then you download it, it'll ask if you've got a voucher, and that voucher code is CFGen. C for Charlie, F for Fred, G for general, E for egg, and N for Norman. I know that's not the proper phonetic alphabet, but that is the one that you will be able to get access to it on. I'm looking at other questions that have come through. Bear with me one moment. The panel to ask question that you ask questions on comes very small on my screen, so it's quite difficult to see. So apologies. I will. Bear with me. Is there online assistance for managers who have staff undergoing external CBT, and how can we help or not make things worse for them? Is there an online assistance for managers who have staff undergoing any support? The answer to that is yes. And the way that you would do that is by contacting Care First on the same number as the counselling service, and we will provide you with a manager support service. That manager support service can help with anything. In particular, if you've got members of your staff that are going through counselling support, whatever that might be, then we can help with that kind of information needed. And that might just be around the conversations that you would have with them to be able to support them. It might be around other types of support that are available through Care First if you wanted that as well. So please contact Care First around anything that might be causing you some. Looking at, we have another look, see if I can open this a little more. Not me to the question. Okay. Bear with me. Yeah, another question about the password. It is CFGen, but GEN, and it's all lowercase. So CF as in Care First and Gen as in general. That will give you access to the Wobot presentation. Just have a quick look through, see if there are any other questions. There's one here. So the Zest platform at the moment is a service that is an additional service, but many organisations have it as part of the service that's available to you anyway. So it might be something that you actually do have within your organisation. If you contact us on info@care-first.co.uk, we can let you know whether or not it's a service that is available to you through your organisation. No, so with regards to the Wobot, somebody's saying, do you need to put payment details in for Wobot after the 3 months? Is it still free? Wobot itself is a free platform, so everybody can have access to Wobot whenever they want it. The difference is that the free platform wouldn't give you access into one of Care First counsellors. So the 3 months free service that we have at the moment means that anybody that needs support and wants to get additional support through one of our counsellors, they can do that for free for the next 3 months. Many organisations that we're working with, though, are continuing to use Wobot afterwards, and we will talk with those organisations separately afterwards, after that 3 months is up. Okay, so it looks like all the questions that I've got have been answered. I hope that you found this useful today. We certainly are enjoying giving the information that we are on a daily basis through these webinars and articles. If you'd like to have a look, as I say, through any of the information that we've done previously, then those are available on the Care First Lifestyle site. Please go on and have a look at those and see if there's anything on there that we may be able to help you with any other questions. There are lots of different things on there. This week, for example, I'm doing one later on in the week with an expert about will writing. So if you've got questions that or information that you'd like some guidance on with regards to how to write a will or things about writing a will that you should be thinking about, that's coming up on Wednesday. And there are many other things as well that that we're supporting people with on a regular basis here at Care First. So thank you very much for your time. Please continue to watch them, and if you need any support whatsoever, then you can speak to Care First whenever you need to by going on to the website or ringing us on the free phone number whenever you might need that. Thank you very much.